Most ENFPs and ENTPs that I met feel like they don't have a single passion. They can't find that one thing that they love more than anything else. They keep going from thing to thing, but never really feel like they find it, the thing that they're searching for. And in this video, I'm going to show you that actually you do have one singular passion that you are working on every single day. And when I tell you what it is, you're going to realize that it makes out most of your priorities on a daily basis, and it's going to put all your decisions and thoughts and actions in your past in perspective. But before we get into that, you might be wondering where I am right now. I'm currently sitting up at the mountain peak at Narvikfjellet in Norway. I went on a trip because I wanted to get some fresh perspective, to experience something different. I noticed when I go up mountains, I find myself coming down with new insight, new ideas, and new inspiration. And so too, you as an ENFP or ENTP will have things that you need to do in order to stay energized and motivated. And if you don't do those things, you can easily feel bored and like you want to shake things up and like you need to go somewhere or do something different or make a change in your life, right? And a lot of the time, this feeling can become an anxious feeling that makes and becomes a struggle for many ENFPs and ENTPs. After all, ENFPs and ENTPs, you probably love many things about your current life and about the things that you currently do and the people that you care about, but still you can't find yourself looking over the distance, wondering if there is something else out there for you, something that you should be doing instead. And so what I want to show you in this video is that, well, actually, as an ENFP or an ENTP, your dominant passion is learning. Yeah, that's right. Every single thing that you've been doing up till this point has been for one purpose. It has been to learn, right? So you've been trying to grow your skills. You've been trying to figure new things out. You've been trying to master different languages, experience new cultures, go to new places because you've been interested in learning about what these things are and why people do them and what's so cool about them, right? And every single time you're engaged with this prospect of learning, your enthusiasm, your energy level is at a maximum capacity. The more unfamiliar, the more new, the more different, the more excited as an ENFP or ENTP you're going to be. Now, a lot of ENFPs and ENTPs have this feeling like they're supposed to settle down. One day, they're supposed to know everything. They're supposed to stop learning. They're supposed to just have it all figured out and to just find themselves in a familiar routine that they can engage in day out without a change, without anything new, without any new experiences. And what you're not realizing when you do that is you're putting yourself through hell, right? You're putting yourself in ENFP or ENTP hell. You're currently shaming yourself for wanting to have new experiences, for wanting to do different things, for wanting to go to new places. But of course, as an ENFP or ENTP, just because you want those things doesn't mean that you don't want stability, right? So yeah, sometimes ENFPs and ENTPs hate stability, right? They hate congruity. But most of the time, actually ENFPs and ENTPs crave and need stability. And that's why ENFPs and ENTPs cycle back and forth between the two. That's why so many ENFPs and ENTPs have these fantasies about settling down and, once and for all, just sticking to something, right? Because there's something comfortable about it. There's something uncomfortable about constantly being afloat, going from place to place, not having a place you can call home, not having a constant circle of friends that you can rely on and trust on, right? So those are not necessarily the things that you want either as an ENFP or an ENTP, right? So what you're looking for really is people that allow and embrace those qualities in you, people that love to travel just like you, people that love to learn just like you, people that are curious just the way you are, right? And so you need your partner to continuously change and try new things with you. You need to feel like you have people in your life that allow and encourage you to explore. And even if they are a bit scared, even if they're not comfortable doing that, and even if they don't want that the same way you do, they encourage that part of you and they're curious to hear about what you learn and figure out. Because ENFPs and ENTPs, over time, you're going to find that all those new things that you do, they're going to make you really wise as people, right? So as ENFPs and ENTPs grow older, they develop an almost introverted, intuitive level of wisdom and insight into life. Because you've been there, tried it out, seen it, heard about it, read about it, you know about it. You come to understand it. And all those things that felt chaotic and weird and unusual at the time when you were doing it, those things eventually become things that you feel give you some kind of perspective. And when you look back at those things 10 years from now, you're going to see that, well, actually, while my life has felt like it's been a spiral in multiple different paths without any coherent or convergent thread, actually, now that I look back 10 years ago, I see exactly where I was headed. I see what I was doing. I see where I was going and why I was trying out all those things and why I was exploring in those kinds of directions, because that's what I was curious about. That's where my curiosity drove me. That's where I was trying to figure out, right? Because a lot of the time, you know, we have this desire as humans to categorize things, right? To put things in boxes, you know, this is biology and this is natural sciences and this is maths and this is sociology, right? But as an ENFP or ENTP, actually what you're going to find is you don't necessarily believe in those categories, right? Actually, you're interested in all of them. You can find all of them interesting if they're phrased the right way and if they are explained in a way that is interesting to you, in a way that can keep your curiosity stimulated, in a way that can make you feel like here's something to unpack, here's a mystery to unravel, here's a paradox to answer, right? So this is also why you are multidisciplinarians. That's why you study broadly. That's why you consider different perspectives. That's why you try out different things, because you're constantly mixing and matching. You're converging different perspectives. You're taking a sociologist's perspective on economics. You're taking a psychologist's perspective on maths. And by mixing these kinds of disciplines, you're figuring things out that other people would never have been able to see or understand. So I encourage you, what is something that you've been craving to do recently? Something you wanted to learn about, something new you wanted to study, something new you wanted to try? I encourage you to start taking some action on that today. Just start reading about it, start Googling it, start looking at books you could read, start looking at people you could talk to or interview about the subject, and start asking yourself questions to get yourself curious, to get yourself motivated, to get yourself started. And good luck exploring.